Hello, on the northern part of Neptune, an alien projector has broken down. It needs to be fixed urgently. Is it trillion bored microbes are outraged? The masters from Tibet don't want to fly to Vim, so I decided to fly in from another dimension. This here is a projector from a planet called Earth. Its problem is that the stars it creates do not move. Now it's time to open it up, see what exactly is broken, and eliminate the cause of the breakdown. First, we remove the cover, and we do it carefully, just in case, not to disturb any important personalities. Here are the projector's internals. It's a good thing there were no octopuses or 35 sided figures inside. That simplifies the task. Alright, now let's connect the power and see how the colors light up and change. We press the button to make it spin, but the spinning doesn't work. The light globes are very upset about this, but we will manage. Or, in the worst case scenario, we won't. We should remove the cover inside the case and see what's underneath. We unscrew the bolts holding the cover. We carefully remove it and check on those who are underneath. Look, we have these glowing objects inside. Very interesting. Here is our very ordinary little motor, which is supposed to spin these gears, which are supposed to spin the stars. We disconnect the power. We take it out, disconnect the power, and ask it why it refuses to turn the gears. The motor says it's because it needs to go to the 57th galaxy to have a talk with the economy. But the microbe can't wait that long. Therefore, with the motor's permission, we will open it up and see which of its internal parts is not functioning. We unscrew the bolt from the gear and remove the gear. Now we remove the plastic housing and take off the lid. We do everything carefully so as not to snag or injure anyone. Okay, the gear is spinning, which means so far, so good. We need to try connecting the motor to a power source and see if it works at all. The gears are intact, the microbes are happy, but they don't understand what the problem is then. Now we'll try to carefully take out all the gears and set them aside separately, so there are no complaints about damages. We unscrew this personality as well. And now we are removing the entire plastic part completely. We connect the motor to the power again. And we can see that it's moving and showing signs of its existence. That's good. All is not lost yet. We remove the gear from the motor. Now we need to open the metal casing and see what objects or subjects are in there. Most likely, the soul of the subject that broke down is in there. The metal casing is clamped shut, so we need to pry it open very carefully so that we can remove the back cover. We pry it open gently so the soul doesn't fly away. Okay, let's see. It's spinning, nothing is stuck. It seems like everything is fine. We take out the motor's soul. Let's look at the circulatory system. It seems like something is wrong with it, and one wire looks like it's torn. You can also see very bad contacts. Apparently, they are partially broken or were broken further, possibly by me. But that's not certain. The microbes shouldn't worry. It seems this black wire has a part of it severed. Let's try to completely cut the wire at the wound site with a katana so it doesn't suffer and heal it by soldering, using the technique of the Jewish ants. We'll apply some flux and solder one part of the wire to the other. We also check if the solder is good or if we should have used the 70-year technique. We put on our shrink tube and heat it with a hair dryer so it tightens. Now, we put everything back. It's important not to break or touch anyone, as these personalities are quite fragile. We are reassembling the motor. We put the back cover on so as not to break anything and so my existence doesn't end up in the void. Okay, let's check. We connect the power supply and gradually give the motor energy and motivation to rotate. Let's get it 2 volts of energy now and see how the motor feels. The motor is spinning, let's say. 2 volts, it got a little faster. Now we will increase the voltage and watch the speed. 3, even faster. Now let's try 4. There, you can see the speed is increasing. Now let's try 5 volts. I can feel in my upper extremities how it started working faster. Alright, then we'll assemble everything back to its original position. First, we put the plastic cover back on. We screw it on. We put all the gears back just as they were. Let's try to connect the motor to the power from the Earthling setup and see how it works and if anything has changed. We connect the power. They say we should try turning it on via the local controls on a device called a shoji. We turn on the rotation. Now let's turn on the motor. Okay, the gears are spinning. It seems much faster than before. Before, you couldn't even see it, but now it's very visible that the main gear is rotating. Then let's assemble the whole structure completely. And we'll put it back in its place and check how it works inside the projector. Okay, we're putting the motor where it's supposed to be. We put the cover on. We screw it all in so it doesn't fall off and we don't have to cause anyone moral damage. And we connect the motor's power right away. Let's see how it works. Interesting, not bad at all. The glowing objects have started to spin. Before, they were completely still. It seems the microbes are pleased. But we still need to put everything back together as it was. Okay, tightening all the bolts, and we'll go test it with all the microbes. And now we'll do the test on the so-called ceilings. We turn off the sun. Let's see. Okay, the colors are working. The artificial stars are there. The moon too. And we start the rotation. Excellent. The nebula, the stars, everything is spinning. So the problem was indeed the wire. Apparently it was gnawed off, and that's why there was a bad connection. Everything is working, and the sky is excellent. Well, the microbes are happy, I am happy too, and I will soon be flying off to another mission. A happy existence to all.